What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Prince Vince, and I'm here to do a little bit of a response video. I was listening to Viva Tito Sanchez. He did a video about Russ Wilson simping because he's engaged to Ciara. Now, I'm gonna cover just a handful of things as it pertains or relates to this could be potential disaster. But I'm going to come from a few angles that I don't think we're really considering things from. But I guess before I get too deep into it, I'm going to give my little perspective of Russell Wilson, a short 45-second to 1 minute personal history lesson or biography of Russell Wilson. I ain't going to get completely into his life and all that, but I will say that, he graduated from the University of Wisconsin, and he got married his junior year to a white chick. And she was a very, very plain Jane looking white girl. Now, often on YouTube, after we've gotten bitter, tired, and fed up with black women, we often will cast white women as the white female Jesuas to come save us from black women. But if you look at the environment and the conditions that Russ Wilson grew up in, he probably went to an all-white school, grew up in a majority white area. And I think it's safe to say that the student body at the University of Wisconsin is probably no less than 96, 97% white. If you black at the University of Wisconsin, you probably see 30 to 35 white people for every black person that you see. So he was somewhat orientated toward, white suburban culture, upper middle class white suburban culture. So from Russell Wilson's perspective, he has already did the white girl thing, and he already knows that they can be hoes. Because his wife, she fucked Golden Tate after they won the Super Bowl. Now, what that lets me know about Russ Wilson, there are a handful of things that you can assume. One of the things that you can assume is that if your teammate, who he actually threw some highlight reel passes to Golden Tate during that Super Bowl that they won, the first one. But if your teammate go behind your back like that, look, Golden Tate is a multi-million-dollar athlete. Golden Tate got all the options in the world. He can go to South Africa, Brazil, Australia, France, Italy. That nigga can sleep with an array of women. So if Golden Tate personally fucked Russell Wilson's ex-wife, he was deliberately trying to offend Russ Wilson. Because you know how we are as black men. Whenever we want to ultimately offend another black man, we, number one, wish we could fuck his mama, his sister, his baby mama, and then maybe currently his current girlfriend. The main thing we want to do is go after the matriarchal vaginal lineage of another man. That's what we do as black men. So but it kind of shows me that to a large extent, his teammates, or at least that one teammate, took him as a sucker. Because it's really a devastating thing to go behind your back with all the options of women that you have and sleep with your teammate's wife. That's a direct act of disrespect. But Russ Wilson did the right thing, and he didn't accept no apology from this woman. He went ahead and divorced her. And keep in mind, she was a plain Jane, average white chick. Now, I personally, if I were his brother or very close friend, I would say, man, look here. You're not a serial monogamist, are you, Russ? You finna get married again? You just got divorced about two years ago, man. Dude, take a break. Man, if I was you 27, 28 years old, I think 27, I wouldn't be thinking about getting married till I was damn near 40, man. But at the same time, you do have to consider certain things. But first, let's talk about Ciara. Now, part of the reason why if I was his close friend or his buddy, would recommend against marrying Ciara, look, Ciara done made it clear in her song that she can't leave the bad boys alone. That she just got a thing for the thugs and she can't leave the bad boys alone. And despite the fact that everybody does want to be Beyonce and Jay-Z, Ciara and Future were never going to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. There's no reason to be engaged to Future. You have to be a joke, and you have to be, as a woman, you got to be retarded to think that you're going to make a nigga like Future your baby daddy. I mean, your husband. He's already her baby daddy. But your honorable, faithful husband. You got to be stupid. Future does not even... I mean, when you look at the nigga Future, does that look like a man who you going to be in the park walking around with him, with your family, and it's just going to be nice, lovely, and dandy? Come on, Ciara, you retarded. But it shows what many men have talked about on YouTube for years, and that is the 1585 or the 80-20 rule. That 20% of any race of men, specifically with black and Caucasian men, are the most highly preferred men, and women go after them, and they don't, and at the end of the day, they would prefer that man not have any kids, but they really don't care. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, consider when you go back in your black celebrity mind, his historical mind, consider a handful of examples of what I'm talking about. If you look at Fantasia Marino, I think Fantasia's a beautiful woman. I think she's a pretty black chocolate female. But she's already a single mother, and with all the options, Fantasia could have went to Nigeria, Jamaica. Hell, she could have did this cool ass thing a lot of you Negroes be talking about, and she could have went to Brazil and got her one of them self-hating mulatto, Portuguese-speaking mulattoes in Brazil that y'all are always lusting over. You know, a male. I don't guess she's gay, but she could have got a Brazilian man. But Fantasia, who has sold 1 million albums a couple of times probably, who has all type of talent, she's got at least 1 or 2 movies, including a documentary of herself type movie that was on Lifetime. This girl chose to have baby number 2 by a married ass man with 3 children already. You remember that whole drama that she was into where the man's wife was threatening to basically sue for home breaking. The 80-20 rule in full effect. I don't know how many more examples I would have to give you to prove that this is not really just a MGTOW hypothesis. It could be true, ladies and gentlemen. Move to the second example, which is Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys broke up the marriage that Swiss Beats had with whoever the hell he was married to. Look at all these women on reality TV. Look at Mimi Faust on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Stevie J had 5 children. 5 before he made baby number 6 with Mimi. 5. Look at Rashida. She's actually a celebrity. Now, her best of her rap days are way behind her. She was popular in the late 90s and the early 2000s. She still drop a little something every now and then. But she married her producer husband, Kirk. Carbon copy of Stevie J. 5 baby mamas before he even married Rashida. These are women who have options. They don't have to just settle for, regular men the way many of average women are always talking about. These are women with options, and they are choosing to get with men who've already made all type of babies with other women, proving that most women generally tend to highly prefer a relatively small percent of the men of any given race. But with that said, it's a lose-lose-lose situation for not just Russell Wilson, but any man that chooses to stay in this country. Here's why. Because like I said, we're psychologically just isolating the Russell Wilson situation. What we're not doing is that we're not really looking all around the clock. Okay, what if Russell Wilson get married and all of a sudden get his Tiger Woods on? He still lose. He sleep with all type of other women, exercising the option that he does have to fuck everything he wants to. Then they gonna call him a no good dog. She gonna divorce him. She gonna get child support, alimony, the whole 9. Let's say he don't get married And in this country that refuses to pass a man's right to choose legislation or laws, he's going to end up like Adrian Peterson. You're going to end up with so many goddamn children. If your ex-girlfriend or if your baby mama Asian boyfriend just so happened to kill one of your children, you got so many damn children, you'll literally sit up there and act like you don't give a damn. Adrian Peterson acted like he didn't give a damn after that Asian dude killed his kids. As far as he was concerned, that was $500,000 in child support that he gonna save every year, man. Let's say okay, you got Tiger Woods married and sleeping with all type of women, and then let's say he motherfucking don't get married and get his Adrian Peterson on and make all type of babies with women. Or let's say he get married, he don't necessarily cheat, but Ciara just decides to take advantage of the system. The only thing that I can say is that cursed be the man who goes through life and who errors and he errors and he errors again and again, but he never learns anything. He's already been married one time. The thing of it is, I don't think he needs to marry Ciara, but hopefully if he does, that prenup, and I hope there's a prenup, needs to say a couple things. That prenup need to say, you will leave this marriage with what the fuck you came in it with. You don't leave with a dime. If I was that nigga, I would take that bitch to Saudi Arabia and get married. We ain't even getting married in this country. You know how Kanye West and John Legend went to Rome and got married? Well, that's Europe. I'll take that bitch to Somalia. Nigga, we gonna go to Tunisia. You know, that's a Muslim country. I don't give a damn. We can go to Iran or Turkey and get married. We're not getting married in Western Europe, and we are not getting married in America. If I had to get married, we're going to get married under the laws of Saudi Arabia. If you file for divorce, which a woman can't do in Saudi Arabia, you can try to go over there and convince them to give you a divorce. Okay? But I would not marry no woman with an $81 million contract with $51 million of them dollars up front. I wouldn't be marrying no woman. If I was worth $81 million, I'd damn near be scared to fuck. Nigga, I will disappear into third world countries during the off season. Where you been, Russ Wilson? Man, I've been running around naked in South Africa with Sarah Bartman descendants. Where you been? Brazil, all summer long. Panama, Honduras. I just get lost in other countries. You know, I wouldn't be getting married though, man. The only thing they'll know about me is, hey, that black American guy with the good hair, he's got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be careful and you got to get friends, male friends in other countries before you travel to third world shitholes like Brazil. And Brazil is a third world shithole. You motherfuckers think Chicago is violent. Chicago ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Chicago is laughable compared to Rio de Janeiro. Chicago's a joke compared to Laredo, Texas. Nigga, this 6,000 people back in 2012 got killed in Laredo, Texas. That's the total number of black men that died in all of the United States. And that's what the Mexican government reported, you know. And everybody says that if that's what the Mexican government reported, the real number is 3 times higher. So we talking about 15 to 18,000 people a year, which makes me say, if you go to these other countries, you better find you a clique. Don't be walking over there by your goddamn self. And them Brazilian chicks will get you fucked up with your self-hating black ass going down there to fuck with some old self-hating Portuguese mulattoes. Anyway, I don't think that if Russell Wilson is an intelligent dude, and if he's the type of dude who learns from past experience, I don't think he has anything to worry about. But the thing that I do worry about is that I think that he's possibly green. I think that he's possibly very, very, very green. And I think that there's a high possibility that he is extremely, extremely naive. And that I just don't think that a female goes, and Russell Wilson's Twitter account it's unequivocally nothing but Bible verses. We're talking about a straight up church boy right here, man. Fucking around with an ATL woman who had a baby by a man who do trap music. Probably the second or third most popular trap artist in the goddamn country. I don't think a girl go from liking that to church boys just overnight. Her baby is not that old. I don't even think that baby ain't no older than like 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she's evolved that much, but I do think that what's going on with Russ Wilson is that he's the type of guy who people are easily to say, man, you talk like an old white boy. You talk old proper. You know you the type of dude used to answer the questions in the class all the time. Be like, y'all just talking about me because I'm smart. I'm going to get my dad to take me to the white school across town. Not going to be an ignorant nigger like you all. You know, that's the type of dude that I think he is. Like I say, he reminds me of a slightly cooler version of Carlton on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I think what he's trying to do is increase his edge. You know, he's got a few cool commercials, but I think he's trying to increase his edge and his persona. And he doesn't want to go down in history or disappear in the night, kind of like Tim Duncan is doing. Tim Duncan's a great athlete, very well-behaved dude, but it's just so unfair at how much credit Tim Duncan doesn't get. Tim Duncan can win a championship, and it's just like Ted Cruz winning a state. The next day, the news is going to be about Donald Trump. Well, God damn it, I'm Ted Cruz. I won last night. If Tim Duncan and LeBron James wind up in the finals, I wouldn't give a damn if San Antonio swept Cleveland. The news the next day is going to be about the King has lost his 6th championship. You know, and Tim Duncan will be forgotten about in 24 hours. And that nigga will be sitting up on the same number of rings as Michael motherfucking Jordan. And I think that Russell Wilson is trying to grab onto a cool edge. But like I said, he might be like Master P. He might be a serial monogamous. Master P been married like 6 times. Like, damn, P, just fuck them bras and keep it moving. Just don't get them pregnant. But if Russ Wilson signs a good prenup, you leave this marriage with what you came in with. If we have any child, you will hand over. As a matter of fact, I want possession of your womb. I want that one body part. Anything that comes out of it is mine. You can do the mother thing, but if you leave to be by yourself, you are already pleading guilty to kidnapping. Put your name on the dotted line. Meaning that ain't no taking off nowhere to live with a bunch of goons and support them with my money. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, hopefully everything works out for him. I highly recommend against it. But, hey, he's a man of God. And all thing I can say is your boy, my ninja, Russell Wilson. He must have a lot of faith in the Lord he believes in. Anyway, man, it's your boy Vince Rashad. More videos to come. I'ma holla at y'all, man.